in Thought.
All right, let's get started. You may learn something.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Welcome to Black in Thought, where we take a look at current and cultural issues, applying that Afrocentric drip to them. Your hosts tonight are...
We got the Professor, JBD, and me, Ill Will. The boy Dale, he's still out getting his Friday night lights going on. So he'll be back in a little while. So tonight's topic, it's kind of like we record every Friday, so it's going to be Freestyle Friday for us. So we're just going to mix it up and throw a bunch of stuff in this one. But we're going to kind of start off with like representation. Not taxation without representation, but representation when it talks about what do you stand for. Lately we've been seeing, and there's nothing wrong with this, you see a lot of people with the Trump flags waving high from their vehicles while they're driving down freeways and streets and things like that. And, you know, and whoever else. Now, we're not, like I said, not saying that you can't have a flag, you can't represent whichever candidate that you want or anything like that. But when it gets to the point to where you're putting, just to say, that flag over, per se, the American flag, or, the flag of your values as a person and things like that. So what does that actually represent to you or for you doing that? Because, now you see so many people, it's like Trump this, Trump that. And just like he's their God, per se. That's how they treat it. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with having a political candidate that you vibe with, that you lean towards. But when does it become obsessive? And that's just going to be one of the things that we talk about today.
Yeah, I'll jump on there, Will. It's to a point of like a worship of this man. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't understand. Even when Obama was around during his 8 years, I don't remember seeing Obama flags.
I don't
remember seeing. I know that there were people who looked at. A lot of times, people idolize political figures, and they feel like they're going to solve all their issues when they're really not. Okay, I get all that. But it just seems like it's on a whole different level now.
It is.
Relative to primarily the Trump supporters, and specifically the Trump supporters who go as far as to putting flags in front of their house, flags on their vehicles. I just don't. It becomes more of a worship thing, where it's that's your primary. You kicked it off. Like where do you? Where your values are, because for me, as an American, America's not perfect by any means, but when you start substituting on a political standpoint, this is your flag, so to speak, that you wave. You have to question some of their perspective. A lot of Trump supporters, their contention and what they say that they take issue with is that people don't respect America. People aren't putting America first. Make America great again. It's like, okay, now that's twisted into Trump is my America.
Let me check this out. This completely blew my mind. Out of town, driving through. I won't say the state of the city, but I'm driving through. I see a billboard. And this is how ridiculous it is. Someone paid for this billboard. On the billboard, it said, Joe and the Ho, the Smoke and Blow Tour. No, the Sniff and Blow Tour. So basically, Biden sniffing, women and stuff like that, and then
okay.
Harris, blowing dudes to get to the top. Basically that's what it implemented. Someone paid for a billboard to say that, and that it was actually put up. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, that is crazy.
So I got to chime in. As you recall, a divorce decree cannot be the same as a marriage license at all. So I'm reading this article about the American flag and what it represents. It says the stripes represent the original 13 colonies and the stars represent the 50 states of the Union. The colors of the flag are symbolic as well. Red symbolizes hardness and valor, white symbolizes purity and innocence, and blue represents vigilance, perseverance, and justice. Right? So as you were talking about Obama, and we didn't have all these symbols and patches because our symbol was diplomacy. Our symbols represented what the flag intentionally and initially represented, which is valor, innocence, diplomacy, et cetera, et cetera. So there was no need to even post a flag or have any additional symbolic symbols in nature to represent. Now, this is the caveat, and I said this way back when. At a time when that American flag was created, everyone was not treated in accordance with what the flag represents now. Now, as we've passed legislation, we've passed laws, we've marched, we went through so-and-so, the flag represents what it's supposed to.
Closer to.
Closer to that. Thank you for correcting. Closer to that. So I'm definitely for changing the flag. They should have changed the flag to what it truly represents as we talk about what's getting closer. So today, my wife and I were traveling, and this guy Zoom passes us, and he has this American flag. And then he has Trump, Make America Great Again. Let me say this. For a person who spent 16 years in the military, 3 deployments, when we're all out there in the battlefield, we're not divided. We're fighting for a consolidated effort. That's for America and our way of life and our culture.
Right.
So when I talk about a divorce decree versus a marriage license, that flag has to represent the flag that they're flying in regard to Trump, what America was before we had all these laws and legislation passed for equality. At the end of the day, I think that our politicians should take notes from our military because they are filled with different political views, Democrat, Republican, liberal, whatever. But when it comes to fighting for what we believe and fighting for what we stand and fighting for our way of life, all that shit is put on the back shelf and we go to business. We get to business.
You know what, Professor? Something just came to mind. That's one thing that I guess I struggle with a lot of the things that are promoted from Trump and some of the people that follow him are, where's the sense of unifying? The sense of bringing things together. And I think by the sheer fact of this flag, it's an outward expression of an overt way to show that we're not really trying to unify. No. You know what I'm saying? There is no unification that's happening. No. It's okay.
Stand down.
Well, yeah.
Really.
We are separate in this. There's a separation here that we are bringing to the forefront, is that we are in support of this man more so than the ideals of the United States and what the flag represents. So it becomes more like of a cult thing. That's what I'm saying. I think there is some piece of some type of worship that's going on. Now, I know that you could say some people worshiped Obama or worship something. You could say that, but I don't ever think there was a
whole new level right now.
There was such an outward symbol of that type of deification of, you know what I mean? Becoming a deity.
It's almost like their inner feelings are now, they feel so comfortable just being out there. Mm-hmm. Like he provided some type of relief on how they felt,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, JB, you're right. Because I'm sure you probably know this, but the first symbol of the American flag is what? Independence.
Yeah.
So basically, when these fucking fools are waving that flag, they're asking for independence from our constitutional rights. They're asking for independence from from the innocence and the purity and the valor and the equality of the American way. They want independence from that. Because when you talk about make America great again, last I checked, we were the superpower. Last I checked, when Obama's in office, we knocked off all of our enemies. Mm-hmm. We've always been great. You know why? Because we are a melting pot of many cultures.
Right.
And you can come here with nothing and grow into something greater than what you ever anticipated or expected.
That's why everybody's trying
But
to kill
great,
to get over
JB,
here.
but JB, that was a great point. When we talk about with the flag, in the first initial response of the flag is independence. Now, we're all critical thinkers. Well, they're waving this flag, and we all know based on what I just read what it represents. But JB brought up a good point. Independence from what? That's the first representation. Are you talking about from equality? Are you talking about from justice and valor? Are you talking about because make great America great again? Are you talking about the greatness from when we had the lowest cost of infrastructure, or when you were raping our women and our wives? What great are you talking about? Because great means something of significance, right? Now, significance isn't always positive.
And then who's great? Like you
and
said.
who's great, right? Yep. So when I look at our present day, and come on, let's just keep it real. A lot of our black men are dying at the hands of law enforcement. I know I say a lot of radical shit, but I follow the law, and I do believe that there are good officers out there. Okay, I'm going a little left right now. However, we have to restore the integrity of our law enforcement and rebuild relations with our community.
Right.
Because every officer is not bad, correct? Mm-hmm. But every citizen isn't either, right?
Yeah.
So we have to rebuild those relations.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it starts when people start talking with and to one another than at one another. And I think that right there is the biggest thing that I see that goes on today.
People skills.
Is people don't want to talk to people. You know what I'm saying?
They want to get their point across.
They just want to get their point. They don't want to understand and meet people where they are and try to understand where, how did you come to this perspective? How did you, feel like you gain this this life perspective in this the thought process that, and quite frankly, I don't know, like the waving of the flag of that's what I'm trying to wrestle with. Like why when you put that up there, like, are you saying that the American flag is not sufficient for you to, is it not? That's what I'm trying to understand. Even like with the whole flag on the police side of it, like with the blue stripe in the middle. Like I'm not understanding why does the American flag need to be altered in a certain way to represent what you need to represent? I mean, I guess at least on the Trump side, they have a whole different flag, I guess. But
Well, I mean,
why is it altered in a way?
I guess to kind of explain it, and this is just my experience with it, because I mean everybody has altered it when you look at it. You have firefighters, they've done it. Security, I don't know if you've seen that, but you have all these other people. But I'll say this is what the meaning of the blue line had meant initially is, a thin blue line between justice and chaos. That is the actual meaning of what the thin blue line means.
Then why did they just have a flag with a thin blue line?
Well, the flag, that's what they figured putting the blue line on the American flag is the blue line between freedom, chaos, and things like that from being able to,
Now it will. The blue line represents vigilance, perseverance, and justice.
No, the blue.
No,
the
I'm
blue
telling you,
color
right.
on the American flag. Well, like you just said, that's what it represents. The blue, the color.
Oh,
I hear what you're saying, but you can look at the dictionary all day long, but the thin blue line as it relates to law enforcement.
No. We're talking about
that.
the American flag and what the blue color represents on the American flag.
Brother, I agree.
I know. I agree with the professor. What I'm saying is,
I know that, but I'm just saying.
But the blue, what we're saying is, and I think what the professor's going at is, the blue behind the stars wasn't sufficient for that.
But this, hold on. But this is the thing. Okay, it goes back to when we had the conversation. A divorce decree cannot mean a marriage license. When we had the flag created, what was the current state of our America? I'm not talking about white America. I'm talking about America.
Yeah.
There were people who were suffering. There were people who were enslaved. Mm-hmm. There were people who were being raped. The flag only represented those who were privy to the benefit of the flag, which were not blacks, who built the infrastructure at its lowest cost, if not nothing. So let's travel back in time, because history is very important. I told you guys that a marriage license can't be a divorce decree. The flag should have changed to cover all citizens of America. The flag that we currently have now only covered white America. So when they talk about make America great again, they're saying let's go retroactive to when we had slaves and they were building railroads for beans and cornbread, and we were building our wealth and our generational wealth for our children. The flag means now it's a consolidated effort, like I talk about war, for every person who comes to this country. If you are a citizen of America, the flag means that you are covered under this covenant of the flag, meaning that you are entitled to freedom. You're entitled to justice.
Yeah, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
So this is the quagmire that we have. We have a flag that represents more than one fucking thing. It represents justice and valor, but it also represents slavery.
Well, I mean, one of the things that, I look at when it comes to that, the minute that you alter the flag, it's makes the flag invalid. So all these alterations that we've done by adding this to it, adding that to it, adding that to it, I mean, it's pretty much, obsolete. So
it will. I'm sorry.
Let me finish first.
I apologize.
Because I don't think you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
So, all that forward from, what the flag was supposed to represent and things like that, and then keep changing it. So, I mean, I get what you're saying. It needs to be changed to represent a better or a better reflection of what's going on now. What I'm saying is all these alterations aren't fixing the image of what you're trying to say.
Well, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah,
but
I agree with you on that, Will. It's put more effort in, bringing the ideals to fruition. You know what I mean? Not trying to say, okay, well, we're going to remake it in this image instead of in this symbol. I really feel like I understand what you're saying about the thin blue line. It would have been nice to just have a flag with a thin blue line. Which they do. They do have that. To bring it completely under, to focus it in on that.
But I mean, they do. But the problem is, like I said, then you overlay something over the regular flag, and then it becomes distorted, like we were saying. Because there actually is just a black flag with a thin blue line on it. That is the actual thin blue line flag. But then when you go and then you throw it on top of the American flag, then that changes and alters. What I'm talking about.
Okay, so I get it, JB. Well, I get it. I worked in manufacturing. I used to work for General Motors back in 2000. As you all know, General Motors had several lines of vehicles. However, a lot of those vehicles were very similar. But you didn't know what that vehicle was until the fucking emblem was put on it, right? So we would make these cars, and at the end of the assembly line, we would have emblems, right? So once the emblem was placed on the vehicle, that vehicle was exactly what it was. So it might have been Oldsmobile, it might have been Buick, it might have been Cadillac.
Right.
Pause. At a time where America's infrastructure was being built for little or nothing, the emblem that was placed on America was the fucking American flag. At that moment that American flag was created, it represented one thing, that it still honored valor, it still honored equality, but it wasn't for blacks, it was for whites. That's why I said that we have to change it to consolidate it for all those who are covered under that Constitution.
I get the change. We're talking about the alterations.
Hold on. We're not talking about alterations. We're talking about symbols.
I know what I'm saying.
So the emblem, so once that car was completed, JB, once that vehicle was completed and it came down the assembly line, the last thing that we put on that car was the emblem, because it was symbolic to what it was. Okay? So once the car was done, we went ahead and placed the emblem on it. It was the last thing you put on the car. And then this is a Cadillac. This is a Buick.
But see,
when we built this America, and we brought our people over from Sierra Leone, we brought them from Ethiopia, so on and so forth, and we built this America, and we decided to make a patch, which is the American flag. At that moment that we created that flag, it represented what the fuck it represented.
Yeah, we understand that, Professor. We understand what you're saying on that. What we're talking about is in present day, when
because putting the thin blue line on there is changing the emblem, putting the thin red line on there is changing the emblem.
It's making alterations to it that when people are saying that it should be left alone in its purest state of what it is, then that's what it should be.
I agree with you.
People are saying like, no, it's the American flag, and we need to, It should stand alone, and so on and so forth. But when you alter it, you know what I'm saying? To me, that's more disrespectful and going against the American ideals and kneeling, while the Star Spangled Banner is being, played. It's because you are totally changing. You may have issue with the ideals, but when you start saying, okay, you know what, I'm gonna change this, but I'm gonna continue on what you're saying. I do acknowledge that, yes, if the time to really change the flag was probably after the Civil War was over with. At that point, it should have represented, okay, America went through this period of time, just like how it was. It used to have just 13 stars around it. Then it changed. Then you had changes as states came on. It changed. So if something that a civil war takes place, and you want to have a time where you want to change the direction and the representation to your point of what the emblem is of the country, that would have been a time to take care of that. So
JB, I got one thing. I agree with you. The flag represents the ideal of America, right?
Yeah.
But what symbol on that flag represents inclusion of the ideal? Because at the time the flag was created, the ideal of the flag, valor, integrity, justice, so on and so forth.
Well, I think the justice.
I said inclusion.
Yeah.
Inclusion. At what point? What symbol on that flag tells you that there's inclusion to the other cultures and the other races? Because that flag should be international.
Well, what I'm saying is, Professor, is by the sheer fact that you bring in justice, that justice should cover inclusion. It should justice is it's just. That means that it's fair, equitable. It doesn't matter what the situation is. That's why on I forget what on the courthouses when you have I don't know what the statue is, but where the lady's blindfolded, right? Mm-hmm. Because
Lady Liberty.
It's I don't know if it's Lady Liberty or whatever, but it's covered. The eyes are covered as a symbolic as a symbol to say
justice is blind.
Justice is blind. I'm just looking at the facts. I'm just looking at facts.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. So the justice piece should cover all of that. But it's just falling short.
It's like
falling short.
They put it in. It's separated. So instead of it all being in one symbol, you got the justice is blind symbol. Then you have the American flag. Instead of having it represented in different ways, I see what you're saying. Rebuild it and put it all into one.
Well, I got a question. Are you subject to the same justice if you're an illegal alien? Yes or no?
But if you're not, if you're a citizen,
good question.
Yeah.
So do you have to be a citizen to get that justice?
It depends. I guess what's going on politically.
No.
If we're talking real life, that's what happens.
Well, let's don't do it. Don't do
but
it.
that's just what happens.
Do you have to be a citizen to be represented by our Constitution?
Because I've seen some illegal aliens. I'm just being real. There's been some illegal aliens that have given asylum and doing all kind of other stuff.
It will.
But it depends on who you are and what political motivation there is behind it, to tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's truthful.
Do you have to,
and that's based on enforcing it.
Yeah.
If you're applying for a job, if you're applying for a mortgage or any kind of, do you have to be a citizen?
Applying for a job? No, because I've under the table applying for a mortgage. Yes, it helps.
If you're applying for a law, listen. If you're applying for a job in a public or private sector, do you have to be a citizen?
No, you don't.
Does it ask you the question?
It asks you the question if you are, but that's why people have work visas.
Okay.
So it doesn't.
Or people paid under the table.
Good point.
Or
Good point.
illegally. Yeah.
Good point. So let me clarify. Let me clarify this. If you're applying for a job in a private or public sector, it asks you, are you a legal alien or a citizen? Does that matter? Yes or no?
Matter to what?
Matter to
Relative to what?
To the employer. Well, if they're hiring you.
Which employer?
I said private or public sector.
It does. It doesn't matter in regards of them being able to employ this person. If they're, it just changes the structure of the agreement. That's all.
Prime example. I worked for a lawn company. He hired Hispanics all the time under the table. There was never a.
You just answered my question.
I mean,
could they have been hired on the table? Yes or no?
If they're illegal, no.
Okay.
But they had to be legal. Okay.
But if you are filling an application out, you're legal.
Listen what I'm telling you.
All right.
Africans were brought here to help build the infrastructure. It was not long term, it was short term. They kept us here under our own will. We came here because we had a relationship with the Indians, the Native Americans. They had no relationship with them. We acted as liaisons.
Yeah, so lost.
Okay? So what I'm saying is we
didn't come over here for our free will though, bro.
Listen, we came over here
we were able to be liaisons in that situation once we were over here.
JB, what I'm saying is we were going back to Africa. They kept us here against our will. I'm making a point. I'm making a point,
I think
D.
we were going back.
I'm making a point. Well, we weren't allowed to. I'm making a point, D.
Who the hell? No,
I'm making a point. Let me go deep.
Maybe the first.
I'm sticking the head in.
Maybe
I'm sticking the head in. I'm sticking the head in.
The first brother that showed up on the shores of Virginia, maybe he was told that he could go back after he did.
So history. So history.
You doing what? Hold on. You doing what?
I'm sticking the head in.
All right.
I'm not going deep.
You're not going.
Just the tip. Just the tip today. Just the tip.
I might want a little more. But I'm just right now sticking the head in.
All right, look, man, go ahead.
But the point is this. When we came here, it was temporary. We didn't come here long term. We loved our country. We loved the way we knew our way of life was
Bro,
different.
I don't know what. Can you explain to me?
I'm about to go there.
No. I need to know what boat was it said, hey, I got this voluntary opportunity for you to go across the Atlantic Ocean. And you
work.
then you can, you know what? Once your time is done doing this
We'll
doing this
shuttle you
job,
back.
we gonna pay you.
Yes,
by the way,
yes.
All inclusive.
Then we're gonna send you back.
Yes.
So what boat was that?
Well, let me tell you right. Africa had the most established and most our way of life was so ahead of times. So they didn't go to India.
Listen, Professor, I'm gonna cut you off at this point. Listen, because I gotta put my foot down on this. Look, the reality of the situation.
I like
is
this because I'm gonna go deeper than
folks,
just a head.
That's fine. You can go deep as much as you want because
Balls deep.
you deep in it.
going pubic hair deep.
You real deep into
what
it
the
now.
fuck
But
you
let me finish
talking
my
about?
my point. There were tribes who were warring with other tribes.
Due to explicit
Okay,
content.
they were. Yeah, exactly. They were tribes warring with other tribes, and the tribes that won enslaved the other tribe and said, "Hey, white man, you give us this, we'll give you this labor that you
He just
want."
answered my question. Didn't even know it. But like I said, I'll stick the head in
No,
now.
they said,
I'm going tip deep.
what tribe that you warring with that you willing to send somebody? You're gonna say, you know what? You give us this, we give you these people. Are they gonna say, but 30 years from now, you need to bring them back here?
No, sir. That's not how it went.
That's exactly how it went.
No, sir. That's not exactly how it went. I
Under the
promise you, it's
boats
not how it went.
chains and
Our civilization was already established. The reason why they chose the African culture is because we were the creators of math and science. We had architectural infrastructure that nobody had.
Dude,
America knew exactly.
we had plenty of resources.
that's why they chose to steal us. They didn't take.
they-
Hold on.
No,
Thank
they
you.
didn't.
Thank
Listen,
you. You just co-signed.
Listen. No,
Yes, go
they,
ahead, JB.
they
Go ahead,
chose
JB. Go
that
ahead, JB.
because when they came over and colonized the United States, they had to work the fields to produce all these goods and services that they wanted to ship all over the world. And the Indians, the Native Americans, they put up a fight. They weren't going to just bow down and just do that.
Incorrect.
So what are you talking about? Go read a history book, my man. When they said, okay, we need
missed a
to
big
find
piece.
labor.
Maybe
we
I
need to
should
find
too.
labor.
He missed a big piece.
We need to find labor. So African tribe leaders, when they were over on West Africa, the colonial folks said, hey, you know what? We'll give you X, Y, and Z. You give us this labor. I don't know why that's not so common.
So-
No, hold on.
I have a question.
JB, you're right.
What are we
But I'm
talking
saying is, we already had a relationship with the Native Americans in terms of trading. We acted as a liaison because they didn't trust the Europeans. Europeans needed somebody to vouch. In order to vouch, they chose Africans. That's why they brought us, because we already were trading with the Native Americans. Europeans couldn't go to America and do shit with America. Nothing.
I thought it was
'Cause
the
they-
Latins.
Man, listen.
Listen. All I'm telling you is when all those boats came over from Europe, and like you said,
that's why they had to enslave us.
Those Indians,
it was short term. We came over. The deal was we came over here to help them establish their civilization. Our shit was already modernized. That's why they chose it. They didn't choose the motherfuckers from Switzerland or Ireland. The motherfuckers was stupid. They was eating each other's asses. The motherfuckers didn't know nothing. The motherfuckers that motherfucker couldn't tell a dick from a pussy.
Okay.
Hold
on. I got a question. So just help me out. I'm a little,
JB.
hold on. So we're saying all this and we're going where?
Great point.
I'm so fucking confused
I like D. You know why? What I'm saying is
all you did, D, was save his ass from himself. That's all
No.
you did.
Y'all niggas know I love a good ass debate. Shit. And listen, hey, I told you. Listen,
from yourself.
Listen, JB's listen.
Y'all two motherfuckers.
Hold on. JB's a wise motherfucker.
Hell yeah,
okay?
smart as fuck.
JB's smart. So I love this because it challenged me to go to the next level. JB, you smart motherfucker. Everybody know that. But what I'm saying is that when we came to America, we came temporarily.
But how did we get here? No.
White folks lie.
No.
Motherfuckers lie.
Hear me out. What you're talking about? Like,
listen, we're making a point. White folks lied to get us over here to enslave us.
Okay.
They had to tell a lie.
I thought they enslaved us and then brought us over here.
They was already enslaved.
Motherfuckers told us to get on the Mayflower.
No.
Y'all done watched it? Oh my God.
They were already enslaved.
Correct.
They were warring people. When you go to war and you get prisoners of war, those were the slaves. The people who were on top on West Africa, they were the ones that were trading with the Europeans. And what they were trading, what they gave was labor. That's what they gave. So yeah, the people that were still in West Africa, yeah,
JB,
they were fine. They were
JB. I agree with you, but we were okay. So you missed.
No,
many,
I got everything you said.
No, JB.
You said
JB,
voluntarily came over.
I'm not disagreeing with you
to help them
what they
navigate
did. Listen,
and
no,
negotiate with Native
JB.
Americans.
Listen, I agree with you, but initially the way it started was we had people going to America temporarily when they saw that damn. The infrastructure to build this shit ain't shit. We can offer these motherfuckers a few more extra dollars to give us who they got. Money's the root of all evil. It wasn't until they presented an offer to the Africans saying, listen, we will offer you, this is the tribal leaders, we will offer you this for your people. But it didn't start like that initially. When they saw that they could make money.
The first boat that came over, they said, shit. We can't enslave these Native Americans. We need labor to run this shit.
Right.
Okay. So let's go talk to our partners over in Africa and send some of their slaves over here.
There was
All right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to switch topics. We're going to talk about it.
Because I don't know what the fuck going on.
Guess what?
It has many names.
I'm healed.
Called
JB, you won the argument.
I've heard coronavirus.
JB won the argument.
I've heard coronavirus.
I tap out.
I've heard all kinds of things.
Coroka.
I've heard people pronounce it Coroka.
Coroka. That's a motherfucker.
Listen. We spin it off to the coronavirus. So let me start with this. I don't wish nothing on nobody, especially like with the president. I hope and pray that everything's, he comes well out of this situation. But the way he is handling it, it's like, dude, just go in your room and get well.
Man, this dude,
that's all you need to do.
And we speak right now, he is holding a live conference from the White House.
No motherfucking mask.
With no mask on.
Totally infected. Totally infected.
Sit your ass down.
He's live right now.
Motherfucker orange. He's like bright orange now. Listen,
crazy,
sit your ass
he
down.
Has to double. Listen, he's a gambler.
Right. He's got to double down on this. You're right, Professor.
He is, man.
He didn't take a risk assessment.
No, but the professor's right on. It's in his nature to not show any sign of weakness or vulnerability or whatever. So even in this moment when he just needs to sit his ass down and get well,
he won't.
It's and again,
where's hydrochloroquine?
This is
it was so good.
Again, putting this man up like he's a deity. The people who follow him,
I don't have to wear a mask.
Yeah, right. They looking like,
I'm gonna get it and I'll be good. And
you saw what happened to the president, and it's like, yeah, but he's also got like nonstop health care that you don't have at his fingertips.
So while he's walking out of Walter Reed, you just can't walk out of your local
'cause
hospital
you know
and be
what?
okay.
There's an IV machine and all kinds of stuff waiting on him at the White
Nearby,
House.
yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
A
all
team
that
of
stuff,
doctors there
a
just
team
waiting.
of doctors just waiting on him to show up and pump him full of all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have that. Okay, so let's just be real here.
Yeah.
So, but people don't want to really recognize that. You know, they just want to say, okay, he can walk on water basically.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm, and he's right. He's totally right. Look at him. He's out there right now. So I feel like he's you've seen the Wizard of Oz.
Oh
man.
yeah,
He's like the Wizard of Oz, dude. He really is.
searching for a brain.
Well, no, he's the man behind the curtain. That's what he is.
They got it multifaceted.
Right.
But it is just amazing. It's. I was reading a study and they said pretty much, us wearing masks is going to be a way of life for the rest of the future.
Yeah,
that was the way they've kind of put it.
I don't envision that piece of it though, because here's my take on at some point, and this may not sit well with some people, but it's the truth. I'm not comparing the coronavirus to the flu. I'm not.
No.
But I am in this sense.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, there is going to be some sort of treatment,
Vaccination,
vaccine, or some type of whatever that's going to come out. Okay. Then there is going to become, and I hate to sound morbid about it, an acceptable level of deaths.
Yep.
That America and the world are going to accept. Okay? And then we're going to resume to the way of life that we had, because that is the exact same thing that has happened with the flu. Okay? So there are we could have done masks. We could have done all the social distancing, disrupted everything to save people from dying from the flu. We could have done all of that. But as a society, we've said it's not worth that. These deaths are acceptable to us as a society, so we don't have to go through those provisions.
But this is where
the same thing is going to eventually happen with the coronavirus. This isn't going to last forever.
But this is where your president has gone wrong. You can't file bankruptcy on the amount of deaths that were lost. Okay? He's a gambler. He's gambling on American values. He's gambling on the American belief system. So he'll double down unless you can. And that's why the motherfucker's sick. He's 70 years old. He's obese. He eats KFC. And
hey.
No. I like all those things. I like.
You fucking up.
But the point is, what he's doing as the leader of our country is setting a precedence for those that say, fuck it. Yeah. If he's not wearing a mask,
watch how I do it.
I'm going to wear a mask.
I agree.
Okay?
Right.
So this virus, if you all know and reading in the tabloids or reading in the media, whatever.
In the tabloids?
That's tabloids. I said tabloids.
The tabloids.
I was going to say,
1738.
1738.
30 motherfucking 8.
Go ahead, though.
But it's encouraging other citizens of our country to be reckless during a time where this virus is mutating.
I agree, brother.
It's getting stronger, and it's adapting to our immune system and overcoming it.
Right, and that's exactly what the flu has done. The flu, there's so many damn strands of the flu. When you get the flu vaccine, they are just estimating with educated science and guesses, of what they can predict, what strands are going to be most prevalent. That's what the flu vaccine that you get for that year.
Right. That's why sometimes when you get it, you're sick as fuck. When you get it, you fucking sick as hell.
Can't do shit.
Can't do shit.
Right.
That shit hurt.
Bad.
Right. So
Real bad.
It's an educated guess of what the strands are going to be like for that season. The same thing is going to happen to the coronavirus. It's going to mutate. There's going to be so many damn strands of it.
But right now, we got to live with this shit.
Yeah. But this is the issue.
We got to manage.
So I'll give you an example. D, you are in pest control, right? I'm in commercial cleaning. My expertise is commercial cleaning, right? As the leader of my business, I can't tell you or give you an educated guess or any kind of educated information as to how to run your business, right?
Vice versa,
right? As the
President.
emblem of the country, the symbol of the country, the leader of the country, he's not willing to take expert advice from the CDC, so on and so forth.
He don't believe in
as
science.
to how to handle this virus. He's telling these dumbasses in America, well, I have it. I'm fine. Release me from the hospital. I'll do a tour. And he's not even factoring in experts or educated information from the experts, right?
Professor, he's so.
And they're taking it. Well, fuck it. I don't even ask.
He's not well, man. Like,
he wasn't well before the coronavirus.
But that's what I'm saying. Mentally, he's just not. He's not well.
Did you see what he did about the virtual?
Point, hold on a second. I'll get that. It's a certain point when people at a certain age, you know what happens.
Yeah, man.
People that are old, they
he got
don't give a fuck.
That motherfucker
don't give a fuck.
That motherfucker. He will lie to you.
What I'm saying is, you know, older people in your life.
Yeah.
There's at a certain age, they do not care.
This is how motherfucker.
What they say. They don't care.
But he's blatant. He'll say, D, you got a blue shirt on. My shirt's red. I didn't say your shirt was blue. That motherfucker lied. Cause that motherfucker. I'm like, damn, this her friend. He got dementia.
Hey, like JB said, he don't give a fuck, man.
He don't give a fuck.
I mean, you saw. They had everything set up for a virtual debate. He said, "Nope, fuck that. I'm not doing a virtual debate.
Yeah.
I want it to be in person, even though I got this going on." I mean, just completely.
He's fucked up, man.
Oh, is he fucked up?
He's fucked up.
Or is he from white America?
Both. He's a white, fucked up person.
Which means he from white America. You just.
Oh, I dropped the seat.
Here
it go. Here it go.
You just slide that in.
Here it go. Here it go.
Oh,
Here
y'all
it go.
motherfuckers,
Here it
man.
go. Here it go. Well, hold on, JB. What you just say?
knew it was a setup.
Professor trying to drop something on the slide, like the intelligence of white America is.
We need some more 1738.
Is he
Are we
equivalent
empty?
of-
Are we empty?
It's all gone.
The point is, the man has a great influence on those who quote unquote want to make America great again, right? And I always tell you that the more we talk about this, the more it resonates in my mind.
I'm talking about coronavirus.
That we are talking about the coronavirus. But I'm telling you this: we're going to talk about a causal factor of why all this is going on. The causal factor. The flag can't represent two things, and our flag does, unfortunately. So when he talks about making America great again,
We got to move forward. That was about the flag. Hold
on. I'm getting
got tied in
I'm
quick.
getting it. I'm getting it. I had the head in.
I had the head in.
You know what?
You
You like one of these politicians. When I watch debate and you ask a question and they just keep going back to the previous question.
Your shirt's red like a Republican. Are you a Republican?
No, motherfucker.
So the point is this: he has a great influence. So as a leader of our country, if he doesn't wear a mask, all those dickheads who support him are going to wear a mask.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
So,
I mean, they're going to follow example.
So he negates expert advice, people who are trained in their field of expertise in CDC, Center of Disease Control. And he says, you know what? I'm not going to take your word on it. I believe that there's nothing wrong with this shit because he's a gambler. Mm-hmm. We all know that gambling can get you all fucked up because I used to be a gambler, right? I used to go like, fuck, I'm going to take all the rent money. I'm going to double up. I'm going to get this shit back. His mindset, man, is this. What I tell you, who said something about what is it? A cult like? Was that you?
Yeah, it's like a
man.
cult.
He telling motherfuckers
It's like cult leader. Go ahead, drink this Kool-Aid.
He switched gears like a 6-gear Porsche. Like, okay, coronavirus, I kept it from you because I didn't want you to panic. It's not that dangerous. Oh, well, it is dangerous. Well, you know what? It's not that. I have it right now. I'm taking my mask off.
Because the motherfucker's sick. I keep trying to tell y'all. Let's stop talking about this motherfucker.
But the point is, because of his influence and because of his influence and his position.
Shut up, D. I'm gonna finish my motherfucking point.
That's what he said.
I'm gonna finish my motherfucking point. Point blank. Point blank.
I'm talking about the flag.
Tip in, tip out.
Slaves.
But the point is, he's so influential to those who want that initial American belief system that they're willing to go for it. They're going with it.
You're right,
Oh, he's
Professor.
wearing a mask. If Bush,
Professor, you're right.
if, if Trump was wearing a mask today, all his supporters were wearing masks.
You're right, Professor.
They're not thinking. They're just going with the flow.
You're right.
I know.
So, can we spin
Head
it
in,
forward
head
too? There's another topic I want to touch on. What do you think was going on with? And I haven't dove into it deeply. These dudes trying to kidnap
Oh my gosh, the Michigan
the
governor.
Michigan governor.
I was like, what the?
Is this Columbia?
How you gonna steal a governor? I can't steal no governor.
Is this Columbia?
I was like, are you? I was reading that. I was like, are you? Why would
Are
you
you
want
in-
Michigan's governor? What
Are
the
you
fuck?
in a cartel?
She all right though. She all right.
Man.
They tried to
How
steal.
about you take Detroit's mayor?
They tried to steal a governor, bro. They tried to steal a governor.
I mean, they said, "Hey, we're gonna do it on a big scale. We ain't doing this low level
Right,
shit.
right.
We ain't gonna kidnap Becky over there on
Am I-
425.
No.
Whatever
And my question
Parkway.
to y'all
we
is,
gonna steal somebody that got 24-hour security.
who wanted to kidnap the mayor?
It's the same people
The same people, man.
are looking at that. I guess I got to go get it back, Professor.
The
Go ahead.
supremacists.
The
Come
Trump,
on,
the,
come
the
on.
Trump flag. You know that.
Those
So
that-
who in the hold on.
Oh,
I love so you motherfuckers always get trapped. Y'all be on
We
that
don't
little
get trapped.
groupie.
We just
y'all
bring
be
it
on
back
that
full
groupie
circle.
shit.
That's
y'all
all
be on
we
that
do.
groupie shit. So JB, they want to do who and what they want to do with the mayor.
We're the stealer.
Doesn't that remind you of what the fuck they did with the people from Africa?
Oh shit.
Let's go there. I trapped y'all niggas in a meeting.
It
Because
show-
y'all be doing that
it
groupie
show-
shit.
it show
Y'all be doing that
did.
groupie shit.
So-
And I trapped y'all's ass all the fucking time with that.
Nah, just circle of life and circle back around. That's all.
Yeah,
it
it's
was.
all- it's all
Here we go.
relative.
Here we go.
So
Here we go.
basically everything's slavery, huh?
Nope. But
He did want to say yes.
He did. He was like,
He wanted to say yes
history.
so bad.
Listen, history always.
Oh, you bullshit.
History always.
It repeats
History
itself.
always. Thank you, Ill Will. The point is, Trump's group
Yeah,
wants
you
to
saw
kid.
Avatar.
Listen. And she was kind of cute though.
An Avatar?
She had like the
blue
bloody
one?
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I never seen
It was weird though, but it was cute in a weird way.
I never seen
But they want to kidnap the
Right.
fucking mayor.
Right.
Just like when
Yeah,
they
I'm
would kidnap princes, kings, and queens.
She
of
was a
Africa.
governor, man. She wasn't a mayor. Like the mayor's a little easier. The governor,
How the fuck can the mayor be easier?
well, the mayor don't have
Security like that.
The security is not
It's
the same.
different, bro.
Yeah.
The security level is
Because I
definitely
mean,
not the
staying in the
same.
governor's mansion
State
instead of staying in your own
So
house as a mayor.
kidnap a person against their will
You
because they
can't
don't
steal
believe because they don't
government,
have your
man.
belief system. Is that what it is? They want to kidnap because they don't have a belief system.
Evidently.
All right, whatever the heck going
That
on
sounds
is
to
pretty
me
fucked up.
as if
fucked
that
up,
shit
bro.
sounds.
They tried to steal the
I mean,
governor.
that's
man.
So
like-
let's
funny,
let's keep it moving. So I wanted to touch on this. I've been wanting to talk about this for a while. How do y'all feel about, and this is a little bit more of a tamer topic, relative to the coronavirus, how the NBA, NFL,
Oh, the bubble.
like how do you feel like how it's been dealt with, and the success? I mean, the NHL done well, MLB they did well, NFL's had a couple hiccups in it. The NBA's totally, they did their thing. You know what I mean? So
speaking to it from personal experience, because I just came back from an NFL game. Limited amount of fans are allowed for attendance, and then the way they space you out, you're pretty spaced out unless you're coming as a group. You don't sit next to anybody. I mean, that's how far they space you out. Now, getting you in there, it's a pain in the ass because you have to go in one way, out one way, go to the bathrooms one way, go to concession stands one way, out another. So, there is some inconveniences with that. but
was the people going around cleaning everything all the time?
all the time. They're
Okay.
going around wiping down chairs, wiping down rails, wiping down stands, doors, all that. Just every 5 seconds.
How's
it
the
seems like.
airplanes, man?
Airplanes suck. You can get on an airplane and I can sit next to anybody at any moment
That's
on
how
an
it was
airplane.
when we came back when we went to Vegas.
I just booked,
but
so I'm curious.
So how was the flight? You say?
shit. Me and my wife sat in the same row.
But
There's nobody in the middle.
but-
There's
Oh,
one
okay.
gap one.
on Southwest.
Oh,
but
it wasn't like that.
Yeah, how'd you know?
I flew Delta and
Oh.
American, and they just like herding cattle.
But-
That's
but-
how they put
but-
you.
oh,
in.
was it
really?
packed?
Oh, it was packed. Yeah,
But I want to answer.
So
Jay-
it was just like normal service.
it was
then.
normal service, but you had to wear your mask.
Yeah.
Couldn't take it
Gotcha.
off.
So I want to reply to JB's question.
It was a
There's an exception to every rule, and that rule is currency. And you look at the
What's
NFL,
your
and
question? Oh, sorry.
you look at the NFL, and you look at all these pro teams, just like the college teams who are reconsidering having visitors or having fans. Money, cash rules everything in
Money
America.
talks, bullshit
Now
walks.
this is the thing. If you look at our deficit, if you look at our economy, we're not in good shape at all to be a superpower. Them motherfuckers mismanage money. Like, it's funny how they create a FICO score for our asses, but these motherfuckers in debt, economy's all fucked up. And it's like, you got the audacity to tell me how to pay my fucking bills?
Yeah,
and
bro,
you
'cause-
motherfuckers are in debt?
You know
Y'all
why?
can't manage a superpower economy?
Because you
Fuck
ain't got
y'all.
no nuclear weapons in your backyard. You just blast everybody
so
else.
as long as, oh, shit. So you telling me, JB, as long as I got weapons, it don't matter. So that's like mafia style mentality.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's so when you got bigger guns, yeah, you owe me money.
So we go to war on motherfuckers we owe.
It's the threat of it. It's not a threat. That's what the mafia
That's
did.
a good fucking point. That's a great point.
Mafia bad motherfucker, boy.
Half the time, all they had to do was threaten you to get shit done.
yeah.
They didn't have to murk everybody. They just threatened that they
pay
would.
up. Fat Tony's coming over
Right,
there.
exactly. So it's like shit. I ain't
Smell
doing
like
that. I'll pay
motherfucking
up.
meatballs. But the point
Right,
is,
and in protection. Let's even go. You want to go deep? I'll go another level.
Go deep. Go there. Go there. Go there. Go there.
That's why a lot of these European countries, NATO and all this stuff, they ain't gonna say shit.
So we
because
fuck.
we're their protection.
So we fuck up
it's
our
the
money.
same thing. It's like, hey, I'm coming into your house. I'm coming into your country. But you're gonna have to give me,
XYZ.
Give me XYZ because I'm quote unquote I'm protecting you.
If our shit ain't like the mafia,
So,
I don't know what it is. A superpower country, we do really bad with our finances. How the fuck you gonna be a superpower and be so much in debt to a small country? That's crazy as hell.
They do bad.
bruh. Like I keep telling you,
I don't.
because they will annihilate somebody.
They will drop.
what
They
I'm
will
saying.
push
That's
the button
they will push-
and drop the bomb.
That threat is always there.
we owe you?
Oh, you want the money that we owe you?
Oh, okay.
Boop. I can't hear you. Hello? So,
Yeah.
That's so
Crazy shit, man.
Right.
This is shit we need to talk about. This
That's
is
some booty shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So,
like
what
that
else
shit,
you got? Ew, I know we on this freestyle. What
I'm
else you got?
sorry.
I mean, I do want to take a moment out and just talk about, our mental health. So just see where we sitting at, it's been a lot going on. So, just if you need to, like they motherfucking said, get it off your chest.
Well, I gotta get it off my chest.
But it's not. Remember, just give everybody time.
So we talked about
This is an hour-long program. So
Professor, you gotta get to the point, brother. We ain't about to go through all your knowledge today, all right?
you got 3 minutes. And go.
It reminds me of an old caller named Jessica that took 21 and a half minutes. Yeah. Shout out to Jessica. But the point is, so work-life balance is a motherfucker.
Yeah, man.
Everything is good, but it ain't good. So how can shit get real good but get real bad? And I'm gonna leave it there. Shit is getting real good, but it's getting real bad.
You know what, man?
Touch on that.
Yeah, I hit this one on Professor.
Yeah, please do.
You don't want more than what you could bear. Okay, what looks good is kind of like that saying, like
What's good for
my
the
eyes,
goose
my
ain't
eyes
always
was-
good for the gander.
That part too, but then it's like my eyes was bigger than my stomach. I
like that.
I think that applies to a lot of things in life. Because you want it, but to digest it and really process it, you may not had the capacity to do all that.
Or you're ready for it, or do you know how to manage that? That's what
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Like the digestion
Yeah.
and the
Yeah,
process.
JB, you're right,
It's
man.
just too much. You can't.
Yeah.
Your body
Yeah.
and who you are. You can't handle. You don't have the capacity to do all that.
In life, everything takes. You have to learn.
And you had to grow that capacity. And a lot of times that includes, why do you think all these rich motherfuckers have butlers and servants and
personal
maids
assistants.
and all personal assistants, secretaries and all this stuff?
Yeah.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because there ain't enough time in the day. So you see what I'm saying? So yeah, they could cut their grass. Yeah, they could drive themselves from to and fro. But while they getting drove somewhere, they talking on the phone to somebody doing X, Y, and Z at that same time. So
That's the answer, brother.
That's the answer. And
I'm gonna tell my wife I'm about to get a motherfucking butler, a
and you know what?
driver,
A personal assistant.
You know what,
a nice
DJB?
person. I'm gonna fly her in.
Hey, not to sound, hey, not to sound cliche at all. Not to sound cliche at all.
That's it, brother.
But new levels, new motherfucking devils.
Yeah, man. So
No
anytime you
money,
do
more
well,
problems.
More motherfucking.
more money, more problems.
yeah.
I submit. I get tapped out. Fuck
Yeah.
it.
No, but you're
Oh,
right, man.
my
I think that
God.
I think that people, like you said, it
Real
will.
shit. God.
It always the grass ain't always greener.
Yeah,
'Cause
man.
You don't know what it takes to cut that grass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So and
Underneath
maintain
that
it.
grass, it could be very,
Fucking
very
rocks.
shitty.
I got something, man. So listen, here with the coronavirus and all this, shit shut down. You can't do shit. I'm struggling. Like with me, I'm used to doing shit, and so like now, a lot of shit I can't do or I shouldn't do. And what's fucked up? It get dark at like 7:15 now.
Yeah, you darker
So-
than a bitch now.
I'm like, damn, it's like 7:30. I'm sitting there just, doo, 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 doo. That's just rough, man. Like
It messes with your mental because when
It
you're
fucks
used to
your
going out
mental up,
and
man.
being social, and interacting with people and doing things, and all of a sudden it just gets chopped. I mean, because
Yeah,
it
man.
wasn't just like we were just we gradually were cut away from it. It was just like no, done. Can't
let me
do
tell
this
you
anymore.
something,
Can't do
man.
that
Let
anymore.
me tell you, March 14th, I was out. I remember Top Golf, having a good time, and then also I started getting texts. I realized the governor said today at I think it was 10 o'clock. He was shutting shit down.
March 14th was on a Monday because I was at work. And I
So
got the same
you're right
message.
there. So it was
I
March,
never forget.
It was Sunday, March 13th.
Sunday. Was it? Yeah. Yep.
So I'm out kicking my boys, and all of a sudden I said, "Damn, this is the last day for the bar." So I took my happy ass to the bar.
Yo, dumbass.
Dumbass.
Everybody, don't go out. We're shutting everything down. There's a pandemic on the way. There's a deadly virus.
I called everybody. They all came
Hey,
out too.
let's kick it.
We kicked it. Hey, that bitch was packed. We kicked it. But it was like, it's the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? The fact that we all ran to this bar, we had a good time. Fast forward, 6 months later, you still got real cautious about what you do because, like we said, that pandemic is real. People are dying.
Motherfuckers left and right.
But then here and now, we're in this season to where we went through summer, which okay, we got long days. Now it's 7:30 and it's pitch black, and you're just getting home from work.
Yeah.
But then you talk about mental, man. How do we manage this?
I think
'Cause
you need. I think what
I'm struggling,
2020 has taught me is
Throw that shit away.
Yeah, bro.
Throw the shit. Well, that too, but throw it away. But you know what? I was also talking to somebody, and I think that, and I'll get to my point that I was going to make, but this just popped into my head. I think 2020 is like childbirth. 2021 is going to be something that's going to be beautiful. And I think right now, this 2020, and I'm just looking at it from this perspective in an optimistic way. It's
positive.
Is that
That's mature.
like when you have with child rearing pains and birthing pains, but then after that, it's a beautiful thing. So something's going to come out of this 2020 year that's going to be beautiful on the other side of it.
Have you experienced those child labor pains?
Dude, it's 2020. What do you mean the child labor? Listen, oh no, personally? No.
actually,
Hell no.
Hey, bro.
But,
So you want to tell us?
something I need to get off my chest.
6
No,
week drought.
Listen,
6 week drought.
hey, you know
6
what
week
that's
drought.
called? That's called empathy.
Yeah.
I can't
drought.
sympathize with that shit.
Hell no.
But listen, so
Yeah, brother.
What I was gonna say is, I think you gotta find other things. I mean, invest in other things. Invest your time in other things that you may have been putting off.
That's true.
Invest in time in other things that and people.
And the people that you can,
people
yeah.
that you may have been putting off because you were so quote unquote busy doing other things. So maybe it's a time to reflect and say, hey, let me invest in this person. Let me invest in this hobby. Let me invest in, whatever the case may be. But I think it's a time of really self-reflection and investment.
It's good shit, B.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you. I mean, unfortunately, like my 2020, I feel like if you've ever watched the Chappelle show, Ashley Larry, who comes down with his money at the dice game and gets his money taken twice. That's what I feel like my 2020's been. It's just, I'm looking forward to new and better things.
Right.
New and better relationships, new and better just life things.
man.
It's just
Like
amazing.
I said, man, birthing pains.
I would say
2020, 2021 is going to be beautiful.
2020, from a professional standpoint, it was an amazing year.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody I talked to, we all can probably agree that
Oh, yeah.
professionally, career-wise, it was amazing.
Hell yeah.
It was
Hell
amazing.
Yeah. Year of growth. Hell yeah.
But personal, mental, shit was fucked up, man.
bruh.
Fucked up.
Fucked up, man.
Yeah, a lot of
And it's October. It's still fucked up.
It ain't even done. Yeah.
right, a lot
Hell
of
no.
sickness, a lot of death.
We talking about Halloween with masks
yeah.
on and shit. We talking about,
Ain't nobody doing that shit.
I'm wearing my fucking mask.
I
Fuck
don't,
it, I'm wearing masks.
I don't need no
Fuck
candy that bad, and I
Nah.
for damn sure ain't about to give out no candy like that.
See, I don't know,
I'm
man.
gonna set that shit up
Put
on
a
the
bowl
porch.
on the porch and when
Yep,
it's
that's
gone.
right. It's when it's gone, it's
It's
gone.
So they were saying once again they wanted to put the candy in individual bags.
Yeah, fuck that.
I ain't doing that shit.
That's a lot of
That's
shit,
a lot
man.
of work.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't really like Halloween like that.
Yeah, it's not like one of my favorite holidays. Not
and
nowhere.
I don't want to be scared.
Right? I'm not. I'm like trick or
don't
treat.
Don't fucking scare me.
I'll take neither. I don't need none.
You scared of the dark?
You know,
Super scared.
on a serious note, on a serious note,
And heights.
JB got a good point. No, I was thinking about this the other night when I came home from work, And I think you're right. How we manage our time, our relationships, the things that we value. If anything has come out of this coronavirus, we really don't know internally, or I don't know the medical term for it, but if we could be susceptible to death because of it. We don't know yet. That hasn't came out yet.
I mean, what
So,
go ahead. Sorry.
right. But what we have done is we've looked, to at other situations, and we've determined, hey, listen, I need to value more of this, more of my family. I'm revising who's in my circle and who's worthy of my time.
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
That was a good point, and just to keep it real. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man, that my lease, I look at life so much, even with the opportunities. I'm with you guys on a Saturday afternoon, on the middle of the fucking day. I could be doing a million things, but I value this, right? So I'm all about not wasting time. I've learned how to do that, not wasting time. And everything in my life, everyone in my life, I want to add value to their lives, but most importantly, I have to add a lot of value to mine too. So it's that reciprocity there. That, but
Exactly what you're saying. Because I mean, it's just like right now. I mean, I'm going back to a focus of investing in those who invest in me.
Yes.
Yeah.
listen.
Because it's like Roddy Ricch said.
We don't pour into cups with holes in it. We don't pour into empty cups, right?
like it.
Because when you go to, remember we talked about a replenishment, right? When we go back to drink from that cup, it has to be exactly what we poured into it. My mother used to say, never pour into an empty cup or a cup that has a hole in it.
Why would I want to waste my time with someone who don't have me
I think
on the
we're
front
all
of their
there.
mind?
Even with the
That's good shit.
even with the opportunity, JB, you brought up some great ass points. This is a time for reflection. What do I need? What I don't need? Right?
That's true.
Because we don't know from tomorrow. This motherfucker this virus can mutate and go into some crazy shit.
Right.
But I only keep around me those I value, and those who pour into me. Because make no mistake, I'm going to pour into you as well. So.
Yep. Good points.
Good point, brother.
On that note, we need to start taking care of each other. Not just this facade of, hey, how you doing? Hey, what's going on in your life? No, like we talked about, investing in those who invest in you. Take that time, spend it with people. Trying times right now. 2020 has had us in just, somewhat of a disarray. But we need to take these opportunities, turn them around, and, build on making things better. And on that note, we out.
DJ Payne 1.
You know I'm flawed, but you love me anyway. A lot of times I'm so wrong, but you love me anyway. Love me anyway. That's why you're my buddy.
Thank you for listening to this episode, and we want you to come back for more. If you like what you heard, please subscribe wherever you get your podcasts from. We're on all the major networks: Apple, Google, TuneIn, Spotify, and many more. Check out our social media, and please like, follow, and comment on Facebook, Black and Thought, Instagram, Black and Thought Podcast, and Twitter, Black and Thought Podcast. Please subscribe, share, and once again, thank you for listening.
You know I'm flawed, but you love me anyway. A lot of times I'm so wrong, but you love me anyway. That's why you're my buddy.
Due to explicit content and language, listeners' discretion is advised.